have taken on quite a challenge.
My role within World Service is a general manager, overseeing all the staff, making sure everybody's happy. And also I'm in charge of PR and marketing. Obviously my job's to fill the place, which I don't think will be a big problem here.
I'm the one basically going to be doing all the hard work when it opens. Ashley's going to be doing all the hard work now. And we're just all sort of pulling things together, and you know, we're doing our own little bits and bobs. We're like 3 cogs in like a very simple clock, if you like, you know.
In 1675, Mr. George Staples built the house. And then the Newdigate family moved in 1718, hence the name Newdigate House. Hi, this is the Talot room. Basically, it's a 20-seater dining room which overlooks the garden. We quite like the way this room looks at the moment. We just want to enhance it, just make it look a little bit richer. Got some inspirations from the designers. Basically, we're using like billowing linen curtains, ornate furniture, and horizontal striped wallpaper, and keeping the chandeliers. This is the feeling of the wallpaper, just for texture and effect. We're really quite happy as this room is a base. Just want to enhance it and keep it as traditional as possible.
I said I've got some of the... I tried some breads out today. And I think they're a little bit dry, you know what I mean? What do you reckon to this one for the bread basket, you know? What do you think, sir? Does it taste a bit...
Smells good.
Yeah, it smells good, doesn't it? The whole,
good.
Can you see the whole grainings in there and stuff like that? I
think I have to agree with you, though. It's
yeah,
a bit dry.
It's a bit dry, yeah, because I think if you pass that through the oven again, it'd dry out too much, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
We're now in the Blenheim room, and the Blenheim room has got some beautiful architecture features. We're keeping a very, very similar feel to the Talot with the striped wallpapers, the linen curtains, the same sort of dining furniture. Things like the ceiling, we really like. We're just going to enhance that. The beautiful skylights, again with the doors. I mean, the nice thing about this build is it's listed. We want to enhance that rather than sort of like, you know, shine away from it. One of the elements the designers have brought in, because the whole concept behind World Service is that the feeling that a traveller of old has travelled the world extensively, quite eccentric, has bought lots of weird and wonderful objects and wanted to show them off in his house. So it's an elegant house, but with all these unusual objects. We've got a few here. They're going to be actually put on plinths, a lot of them with glass domes over them. So you've got a feeling that it's actually like museum pieces. So even though some of them are quite simple in form, they're going to look fairly exotic in the way we're going to actually treat them.
How many chefs are we looking at
7
taking on now?
Seven, yeah.
And pot wash?
Yeah, plus you've got 2 pot washers.
Yeah.
You'll probably be working on main courses with me.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to split the fish and the meat between us. Probably 1 guy on veg.
1 on starters?
Yeah.
Hot starters and veg combined?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice one.
And you've got the other guys around the corner. Remember, we was going through the plan with you and stuff like that. You know, they'd be looking after that side of things.
Yeah.
And we'll be on the other side. But as I said, we just got to keep our eyes, make sure the other guys are being trained up properly.
Yeah.
And then you know, everybody knows what they're doing.
This is now the main entrance for World Service. We're basically replacing it with a gate the same as the front ones because it's listed. In this garden, we like to feel it as like the secret garden. We want to continue the feeling of Old English, and then with slightly ethnic as well, but it's kind of moving from the old house over here. We're going to replace this with really traditional sort of planting, keeping it really quite rich. Moving across the grass over to the far corner, where we're going to house a gazebo. Which again we've had imported from Indonesia, I've got a picture of. And it's almost like a daybed basically, where people can kind of lay down on, drink. And all around us we've got kind of a bench system which we're going to cloak in Indonesian stone, and we're having mattresses put out. So people are drinking, they can kind of sit down and relax here. We're having lanterns set around the garden at night.
The 2 main criteria I asked the kitchen designers to come up with was ventilation and refrigeration. They're 2 main things that are important to me. Keep my team cold and keep my food at the right temperature. It's a bit of a funny shape, as you can see. I mean, one of the main challenges, I've got the hot plates here, and we're feeding 2 restaurants. So I've got staff coming in this way, and I've got staff coming in that way, trying to get a bit of a flow. The wash-up area's here. So people are coming here, dropping stuff off there, picking up food and going back out this door, and the same with that one. This is going to be about a 40 cover restaurant. This is going to be about 60. The 2 restaurants are here. All the hot stuff's going to be in here, which is the area you can see now. You know, as it's getting a bit of a paint up, we're going to get, all this is going to be brand new, the ventilation ducting, everything's going to go up, so we can get plenty of space. There's going to be about 3 guys working in here, fish, meat, hot starters and veg. Then we go around the corner here, and this is where my pastry and my cold starters is going to be. Is this what we're going to be, the mail out's what we're going to be sending out?
Yeah, that's the mock-up. It's going to be basically on a sort of mottled paper.
Sure.
It's going to got a kind of age feel.
Cool.
But the idea is it's going to have a seal on the back as it arrives.
Well, like a wax sort of angle,
It's a wax angle, handwritten, hand stamped, so people actually feel it's mailed to them personally.
Yeah. What have you put? Let's have a look at what menu you're putting there.
And then we've got so it's got a feeling of like a map. It's got a picture of the actual Newdigate house, a map of the location, opening hours, a little bit about the actual concept, and then a sample menu. But as we change the menu daily, that really doesn't make.
You've got that som salad on there.
Yeah, my little favourite.
That was a good one. It was quite spicy, wasn't it?
Many a happiest som on the beach I've had in Thailand.
So you're quite happy with that menu?
Yeah, lovely. It's going to be a unique dining experience in really, really opulent surroundings. Incredible food, fantastic drinks.
A full restaurant, good atmosphere, good food, good drinks, and then I think basically the world's our oyster.
He's probably right, and isn't it nice to see that they're sympathetically restoring that 17th century building? And watch out for the opening of that restaurant, which will be on the programme in a couple of weeks' time. OK, time to get back to the cooking, and who better to cook for us than somebody who was...
Welcome back. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we saw the dream of a couple of young entrepreneurs coming to fruition. But today, it is the moment of truth. Will there be any last-minute hitches on the opening night of Nottingham's newest eatery, World Service?
If I get you a joiner, do you want to go through where you want all the pictures putting up?
Pictures?
Yeah, you know the pictures in the hallway? The 4 pictures in the hallway and the 4 pictures in the tallard.
I need to sort out that one box anyway.
Yeah, also, have you noticed there's one box missing in the tallard?
I know.
Yeah, oh, that's a point.
See if they've got any dips of any sort at all?
Like soya-based?
Yeah, hoisin and all that sort of stuff, yeah. Just give them a shout. So bring time to bring something on so we can try them out, right?
Yeah.
1, 3. Table 1, enter if you've got something on it already. Starters. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think we'll get ice machine, dishwasher, and hot water.
Okay. The other thing is
I've got to ring up to get them commission the dishwasher though. Because even though the water's on, they've got to come and sit with the dishwasher on as well. So if I say an hour, should I say an hour?
Yeah, say an hour. Get them in.
The blending room's changed to the fact I think it's a lot subtler than what it was before. We've got the striped wallpaper, which I think is worth absolutely brilliant. It's cost an absolute fortune, but we love it. The talent room, which is the small room which only seats 20, it's got a very similar feel, similar look, same sort of curtains, same lampshades, same wallpaper, but with a nice little touch on that, we managed to find some wonderful slides, which I think were taken in about the 1920s, which were all taken all around the world. The garden area, which is my favourite part of the whole concept, I just think it's brilliant. It's like a little piece of paradise, hidden away off the street. It's like walking into an oriental garden. The bar areas just work so well. Even though you can't physically get served at the bar, aesthetically, it's just so pleasing. It's made up from limestone and hand-carved tiles from Indonesia. It's an unusual bar. I think it works brilliantly.
There we go again. We're 2 months further down the line. Here we are in the kitchen. Kitchen's looking a little bit cleaner than the last time. You remember, all this was ripped out. I had a little plan on the wall of what we were going to do, and this is coming to action. I've got my little ventilation system. I've got my fridges. I'm knocking out a few rusties here, which is just grated potato, a bit of clarified butter, salt and pepper. We're going to use them on the lamb dish tonight, yeah? One of the specialities of the house. A few things I'm not happy with. Obviously, we're getting things are finishing off at the moment. I've got my plumber down here who's fitting in the heating. It's going to be ready in about half an hour. We've got about another hour before the start of service. We've got 50 people in tonight, 35 of those are free.
This is for table 48. You know what you're doing, yeah? go. 1 calamari. 1 can hot tureen.
Bruno, is anyone else you can live?
Table 48.
Lovely.
Nice one, my man.
Send it over, I'll be 2 minutes with it, mate. I'm licking this one, yeah? What's that? What's that one? What's that one? Julian?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man?
Sorry?
What are you doing?
Need some... trying to get a table 48 made away.
Graham, get me a big plate out from this side, quick. I need it straight away, yeah? Graham, another one of these, yeah?
2 side salad, chef.
Yeah, please. No, just one for the coke.
2, yeah.
1 in 1 bowl, yeah?
Yeah.
On there, on there. Thanks, Jules.
Right, table
It's a
6
shame we can
made.
do that in and out. When they come in, rather than coming down there to take stuff, they're coming in that way. It's better, isn't it, really?
Nice one.
Table 7, okay? Sea bass. Take it slowly so it doesn't fall over.
It fell over on the way. I needed some help.
Yep.
Placing that.
Well, end of the first night, really pleased. Exhausted, exhilarated at the same time. It's gone really well. People seem to like it, atmosphere's great. Nice, calming atmosphere. Food looks fantastic. Nick's done a wonderful job. He's pulled out all the stops. Drinks have been great. Couldn't be happier, really.
Well, the first night's not gone too bad. There's been a few technical problems. You know, all manual labour's been good, hasn't it, Chris, yeah?
Yes, chef.
Hopefully, we're going to build on that day by day, try and get better. But, you know, I'm quite happy. The food's been okay. We're going to sit down now, get on with the ordering for tomorrow. We've got the bar snack menu kicking in. We know there's a lot more work happening. There's more people coming. It's just one of those things, you know, fingers crossed we're going to get there eventually, you know.
They were just so relaxed, weren't they? But Nick is coming into the studio tomorrow, so we'll find out what it was really like. Now, my next guest is a world authority on cheese.